Welcome to 6th grade language. This is lesson 166 and 167. I think I forgot to say that on the 4th grade video. I'll have to mark that. But it is 167 for this one as well because we are finishing up language 2 days early. So that's how we're doing this, so that you guys are, so that your exams are spread out. Put language as one of the earlier ones because we could move some of that. Math is really hard to move because of all those exercises, all those pages. So we wanted to make sure. This one, there's quite a bit of exercises, but I think we can get them all done and it won't be too difficult. So page 261 is a practice of prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections. So that first, think A is to identify the bold words in the following sentences by writing the part of speech above the word. Write PREP for prepositions, CONJ for conjunctions, and INTERJ for interjections. Okay, so that's pretty self-explanatory. So it's just, those should be very simple. Let's do the first sentence together. Who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord, or who shall stand in his holy place? All right, so into is the first one. What is that? Is it in one of our lists? Yeah, it's a preposition, right? In, into, okay. Into the hill, preposition. Of the Lord, of is also a preposition. What about or? Part of speech is or. It's a conjunction, right? It's joining two sentences. And then in, it's a preposition, right? Okay, so you're just writing those above it. And for the rest of that, think B is to edit the following sentences for preposition errors. Okay, so that's what we've done before. The first one, we would have met you at the station if we had have known you were coming. All right. What do we need to take out or replace? Of, we would of, we would have. So of should be crossed out and have should be written above. And then we had of known, we need to just take out of, okay? Of is one of those words that gets overused a lot. So there are good uses for it and it in their right place, but there's sometimes like this that it shouldn't be used. So, all right, so that's what you're doing through those. And then 262, looking back, this starts the review. Okay, so these are things that are just going to be, we're going to be doing lots of review. So on notebook paper, correct each fragment or run-on. So these are fragments or run-ons. So you're going to do those, and I want you to do, let's see. I want you to do 1, 3, and 4. Okay, 1, 3, and 4 in this one. So you can circle those. Don't have to, I'm going to be giving you either like odd or even, or just picking out ones for some of these, because you don't necessarily have to do all of them, but I want you to get a good review of everything, okay? For capitalization and punctuation, it says to mark each incorrect small letter, add all necessary punctuation. For this, I want you to do all of the odd numbered ones, okay? So 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, all right? Using verbs the next page, in the blank before each sentence, write C if all the verbs are used correctly, and write I if the verb is used incorrectly. Make the necessary corrections. Do not add or delete helping verbs, okay? So only the main verb is what you're worrying about. I have you do the even on this one, okay? Do the even. And then subject and verb agreement. If the bold verb agrees with the subject, write correct in the blank. If the verb does not agree with the correct form, or does not agree, write the correct form in the blank. I'm going to have you do all of these ones just so you just to get all those. Turning the page to 264. Using nouns above each word in bold print, write S for subject, PN for predicate nominative, DO for direct object, IO for indirect object, OP for object of preposition, and DA for direct address. All right. Let's see. Let's have you do let's do the even. We'll do the even number, okay? Even numbered for that one, and then using pronouns in the blank before each sentence, write the correct form of the pronoun in parentheses. And so in the parentheses at the end of the sentence, it gives you the pronoun that you should be using and what, so some of them have two blanks in the same sentence, some of them have just one, so just pay attention to that. So the first blank would, the first question mark blank would be the first word, that the first line on the other side, and then the second one would be the second line. So I'm going to have you do all of those, but then when we look at the 265, we'll have you do some of these. So following sentences contain errors in the use of adjectives, cross out the incorrect words and make corrections where necessary, or circle any misplaced phrase and draw an arrow to where it should be. In the lines below this, each sentence, write the reason for the error. The first two are done for you. Okay, so the first two are done for you. So you're gonna look at that, and they show you how that a man was hobbling down the hall with a broken leg. The adjective phrase should come after the noun it modifies. Okay, that's why that should be moved. Ethan can jump farther than anyone in his class. We add else. Ethan is a member of his class, so we can't just say anyone. So then for 3 through 12, I'm going to have you do the odd numbered ones, okay? So do the odd numbered ones and just make the corrections where they're needed and write the reason for that, okay? So there is quite a bit to do, so I'm going to let you guys go so you can work on that. Also, I forgot to say that you do have a quiz 15 as well to take. So all right, so we'll leave it at that. If there's something that you didn't quite finish, the pages for tomorrow is only 3 pages. So you can finish that up tomorrow. If in your time frame it takes you a lot longer and you're trying to get things finished, you could save some of these exercises or some of the problems to add to tomorrow. But don't overload yourself on tomorrow, okay? So try to be wise with that, and we will get it all finished so that you guys can do well on your final on Wednesday. So have a good day, and we'll see you in the next lesson.